Hello all loonies and normals, my name is Joe Silver, welcome to my channel. This week we're going to be talking about film classifications. Now let me explain, because I'm going to be using UK terms. In the UK we have the classification of U, which is universal, so for everybody. PG, which means parental guidance, so children can watch it, but basically it's up to the parents to decide if that is appropriate for them or not. 12, 15 and 18, now they speak for themselves, but those are the ages that you have to be before you're allowed to watch them. Okay? Now, like I say, I explain that because if some of my viewers are from America, they have a completely different rating system. In fact, I think they have at least 2 rating systems. I don't know, I couldn't get my head around that. Anyway, right, so what we're going to start off with is, for example, right, and even the rating board I think said that they made a mistake of this, but for example, Watership Down was rated a U. That is a universal. That means that kids should be able to watch it no problem without parental guidance or anything. And when you watch Watership Down, and I did as a child, you realise actually that was not a U. That should never have been rated a U. I mean, I'd even push it, it was even pushing it at a PG, I'll tell you. But it definitely shouldn't have been a U, right? Because that was one of the most horrible kids movies that was ever out. The bunnies get trapped underground, right? Can't find their way out, and the person telling the tale talks about climbing over the dead bodies. You can see blood and guts in there. You can see one of the bunnies gets caught by a horrible trap snare, and you can see it with a wire around its neck. It's a horrible film. I mean, at least for a kid, it's not so bad now maybe, but even now I wouldn't go back and watch it again. Honestly, that was a horrible film. And I think there was a purpose to it. I think the purpose was to shock people into realizing that what man is doing to nature is destroying it. Okay, so I think it had a purpose, but it should not have been rated as a U. It certainly shouldn't, because it might be cute little bunnies, but it's cute little bunnies doing things that no child should ever see a bunny doing. And I don't mean what rabbits are known for either. I mean fighting. I mean the blood and the guts, because the rabbits were absolutely fighting and scratching one another, and you could see the blood marks where they were scratched. Oh, it was a horribly not family friendly program, I'll tell you. I mean, I watched it as a child, I did, because my parents made the same mistake most people did. Well, it's cute bunnies, it should be child friendly. Yeah, no. It really wasn't. It really wasn't. But, these things happen. But that brings me, you might think, but Watership Down was years ago, why are you thinking about this now? And the answer is, it brings up the point, has film classification deteriorated over the years? I mean, they made a mistake in that case, but these days, they're classifying things as 12s. But you look at it and you go, should this really be a 12? Shouldn't this at least be a 15? Because some of the scenes in them are just horrible, and you're like, they're saying that it's okay for a 12-year-old to watch this? What the heck? So, you see what I mean? It brings up that thing. Has the movie industry gone lax on their classifications? Have they in some way decided now that things that at one time would have been classed a 15 or an 18 are actually one step down now because standards? I don't know, I mean, you tell me. But at the end of the day, isn't it funny though how things have changed? That things at one time that we would have looked at and been absolutely shocked. These days we don't bat an eyelid at. You know, in movies and TV programs and so on. Things we just accept them as the norm now. I mean, to be honest with you, at the end of the day, there's a lot to be said about it. Really, isn't there? A lot that you could say. Because at the end of the day, you know, I've never worked as a person who rates video games, and so I can't speak from personal experience, but I have watched a lot of movies and played a lot of video games. So I've never worked with somebody who rates them, but I've played them. And you have to say sometimes that if this is 12, why is it 12? It's like, you know, they'll say, oh, if it has 1 or 2 F words in, it's okay to put it as a 12. Well, should it be? If it has 1 or 2 F words in it, it should be at least a 15. You know? Maybe if it's milder forms of swearing, you could say it was a 12. But, you know, but F word is one of the worst. That and N-bombs are one of the worst. So there should be at least a 15. But this is how things have changed. This is how the world has gone. You know how it is. What can you do? And at the end of the day, what I say about video games, you could say about movies as well, is how often do parents ignore the rating system and just let their kids watch it because, you know, it's not worse than anything they'll hear out on the streets. But really, what they hear out on the streets, you can't control. But you can control what films they watch. So, you know. So really, but no, like I said, it's just the thought that went through my head because we were talking about it recently. And because somebody I subscribed to who does piano thingies, they did Bright Eyes, which is the last song that you hear in Watership Down, and it just reminded me that as a kid I watched that, and as such you remember watching it as a child, and I remember some of the scenes I saw in there, and I'm remembering actually that wasn't what it should have been, you know, what people said it was, and so on. And it just made me think maybe it'd be a good subject for a vlog to talk about it. But anyway, I've rambled on enough. I've given my opinion that, quite frankly, I think the classifications have gone downhill. That what at one time would be rated a 15 or an 18 has moved down at least one step. And as such, as they have gone downhill, you then have to ask the question, how long is it before they start rating things that would one time be a 15 as a PG? You know? And before it goes completely downhill. So, again, you know. But at the end of the day, these vlogs are all my opinion, and this is just my opinion. So, if you like what you have seen here, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. Tell me such, and a sub and a like. Also, if you have a comment on what you've seen here, if you have an opinion yourself on ratings, feel free to comment down below. Although if you do use American ratings, please explain them to me, because I don't quite fully understand the American ratings. I think E is everybody, but beyond that, well over my head. But, you know, if you have a comment on such, feel free to comment down below. Anyway, I have rambled on enough. I have been Joe Silver. This has been a vlog. Thank you very much for watching.